Hello, friends. How are you today? I'm Libby from MFT, and I'm here in my pretty much empty craft room, which is very echoey, so I apologize for the sound today. But you can see I have new purple walls, and I redid my craft room. So it hasn't been settled yet, but I'm doing a live, and it's very echoey, so apologize for that. Hello, everybody. Hi, Ingrid. Hi, Janet. Hello, Brennan. How are you guys doing? Thank you for being here today. So it is release day at MFT, and it is a new vault release, which is things from the past that are back again, which are fabulous. Today's vault release is called Back to Basics, and it's some things that you definitely want to have in your stash because they are just so useful that you're going to come to again and again and again. And so I'm going to give this just a second. If you're here, say hello. I love to hear who's here. And then I'll go to the overhead camera and we'll start going through the release. So if you are new to MFT, we do vault releases monthly-ish. We do kit releases, and then we do our main release each month. And so now we're on the vault release. And again, this month's vault release are dies. There are stitch dies, shape dies, and some blueprints that were old favorites that are back again. So happy that we get to play with them again because they're so good. Hi, everybody. Let's see. Hi, Ingrid again. I already said hello to you. And hello, Francesca. Glued with love in Texas. Nice to see you. Hi, Lee. Hello, friend. Hi, Linda. Hi, Adriana. Oh, Adriana has a random day off, so she gets to watch live. Yay. Yeah, there is a lot of MFT releases, I will say, Brennan. You're correct. You're correct about that, but it's just so many good products, right? It's so much fun. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go to my overhead camera. Hi, Mindy. Hello, friend. And get going with the overview of these wonderful products, all right? And again, if you weren't here at the very beginning, I apologize for my sound. I'm in my newly redone craft room, and I haven't put things back in it, so it's very, very echoey right now. So I apologize if the sound is a little bit weird. Excuse me, but you know, it's all worth it because it's new and purple and happy. All right, so without any further ado, let's start going through these wonderful blueprints dies. So this is the first set to show you. This is Blueprints 23. Now, if you're not familiar with blueprints from MFT, they are elements that you can use to create a layout on your card. MFT has been doing blueprints die sets since 2013, so there have been a lot of them over the years, and this one was retired a while back, but now it is back because it's a good one. So it's blueprints number 23 today, and so you can see it has the circles that can create kind of like little vignettes to put your cute little critters or whatever it is that you like in your what am I trying to say, on your card. And it has some really useful elements. Like I love this stitched scallop border. I'll use that for all kinds of things. I love this little fishtail, double fishtail banner for messages. So good. Just a great rectangle. Now this strip here has stitching on two of the sides. So you can put it right down the center of your card. I should have grabbed, actually I have a, here's a little A2 piece of white cardstock. So you can picture putting that like down the center of your card or off to one side, and it has that stitching on it. So one great thing about the blueprints is that on the MFT website, there's a resources section, but also in the area for each product, you can find the PDF for the blueprint set. So here's the PDF for Blueprints 23, and it gives you ideas of how to use this fun little layout on your card. So here's what I mentioned, where you can put the stitching rectangle right down the center, put the little scallops on the edges, and then cut out the little circles with this piece. You can see what this piece does is it cuts out the three holes, the three circles. You can put that right into your card panel, or you could use those circles as well on your cards. So fun, fun, fun. Here's an idea of just using all the scallops across your card and the fishtail at the top, maybe with your message. Here's using the same kind of circle layout, but on a landscape card with a message here and the little scallop. And here's another example of not using the circles. You can put half of the little fishtail for your message. Just different ways to do it. So I love that there's these idea sheets, because you might get this set and think, now what? And if you find the printout on the website, you can either just pop it up on your device and look at it, or you can actually print it out. I like to make a whole binder of these great PDFs with all the ideas so that I can go through them as I'm using my products and figure out what I want to do. So let me go into my card examples from our design team and show you some ideas of this set in action to really give you a better idea of what I'm talking about here. So here's an example where this is Laura, and she cut the little circles into her panel that she stamped with a background stamp. And then she put those cute little critters from the Books and Buddies set in there peeking out. So super fun. And here is one from Rachel, and she used those adorable monsters in her little layout. She used some of our stitched frames to put around her circles, which is a fun way to do it. Mix and match between pattern paper and regular cardstock. Also, you can put see how she has her clouds coming out of the circle, so you can go beyond your circles as well. And here is one from Melania, where she just used the stitched panel and the little scallop border with the stitching and didn't even use the circles at all. But there's so many great options in this set that you can come up with layouts for your cards. And the team did use things from the recent releases, whether it was the Jenna Blade release last month or the main January release when they were creating their cards. So all of that's available on the website as well, as far as all the cute images and everything that we're going to show today. All right, let me go ahead and slide that up to the top and go on to our next one. And I'm just going to kind of motor through these, but if you have any questions about anything, just let me know in the comments and I will slow down and answer your questions, okay? So this next one is Blueprints 24. And again, just so many great elements to use. This is just a great stitched panel, rectangle die. I love this fun little rounded corner piece that you can put on there. This great banner, a circle with stitching, and then this fun little tab that you can put let me just pull out the example instead of trying to talk you through it. But here's some examples of how you can put these cards together. Again, this is on the website if you want to refer to it once you have this set. Some of these layouts you could turn on its side, like this one. It could go portrait or landscape. I kind of love it landscape. That's super fun. And you can just see all the fun ideas for putting these together. I like that little tab up there. You could put a little message like a hello or something on that. You could leave that on or off with that. Another place to put a message or just a stripe of color on your card. So lots of fun ways to put this together. But I also I love how versatile the pieces are, that you can use them beyond putting it all together. This is just a great stitched rectangle to use on your cards. And this is a great little banner to use on your cards. So there's so many good pieces within the set as well. Okay, so this is Blueprints 24. Now let me see if I can find some examples from the design team of this one. Here is one from Laura, where she used that banner on hers and the little tab at the top too with the heart on it. She added a little heart, which is fun. She did use some stars, so keep that in mind. We'll come back to those stars. And then she also used the stitched rectangle for her main panel there with the beautiful background, which is so pretty. Let's see, I think that is my only one at the moment. I might pop into some others as we go down. Let me just make sure real quick here. Yeah, some pieces were used, but I kind of have them in other sections of examples. All right, so this again is Blueprints 24. And I love it. I love it. I love it. And the idea sheets you can find in the resources area on the website, or you could find in each individual product when you look them up as well. And if you're looking for these products on the website, they are in the new category right now, but you can also find them under Blueprints. If you look under Dynamics and then Blueprints, you'll also find them there. And if you like this general idea, you'll also find all the existing blueprints as well, because there's a whole line of them and different layouts that you can do with your cards. So super fun. All right, this one is Blueprints 29. And this is fun because it has this piece that has the little windows that you can use to build your little scene. Lots of stitching. We love the stitching at MFT. And you can either have the stitching on the piece that remains. You see where the cut line is on this. So just try to picture how that would work. You could either have this piece, or that's going to add a stitching around a window that would be created from that as well. Okay, and then again, there's another big rectangle, which I believe it's a little bit different than the one in the previous. So it's not the same. I need to make sure I don't mix up my sets. Here's a nice little banner for putting your messages, little fishtail banners and tabs, and another little message strip. And then I love this piece, which is just a little circle with a heart. And that's just such a cute little element to put on your cards as well. Now let's take a look at some of the layout ideas. Here's this piece with a banner here and the strip across the side. Here's with a little fishtail. I love how this is layered together with the strip, the banner, and then the little heart. Just a really cute little bundling of ideas. And I love how that looks as well. So lots of fun ideas there. Let me just see what your comments are. Make sure I'm not missing a question. Yes, they're also adorable. So cute. Yeah, Jenna Blade is so cute, isn't it, Brendan? I agree completely. All right, the team did some great examples with this one. So let me show them so you can get a better idea of how it looks rather than just the black and white copy. So here is an example from Rachel using, again, I showed this with the rectangle. You can't see what I'm holding up, but the rectangle at the top. But of course, you can have it either way. Rectangle at the top or rectangle at the bottom, either way. And I love how she created her little vignettes, her little scenes with the cute little bears. And then here is one from Cintura who used the elephants, so cute. And Nikki who used the airplane. And yeah, I don't know where I was going with my thought. But you can see the two pieces on this. So she did the stitching. So look at how there's this outer piece, and then it's all nested together with the different pieces. But she could have used the inner piece or the outer piece separately, if that makes sense. You can create a frame. So you have the piece that's the first one in once you're looking at, once you go beyond the colored background, it creates a frame if you put the two dies together. And then you have the inner piece as well. I don't know if I'm explaining that very well, but hopefully you can kind of wrap your head around what I'm trying to say there with all that. Let me see if there's questions. Yeah, they're so cute. So cute, so cute. Okay. You guys are just agreeing that it's fun and cute and all the things. Okay. And then here is one from Melania. She used the inner part with the cute little monsters again. And then she used the stitched rectangle as a layer with her pattern paper. She used one of the fishtail tags coming down with her message. Super, super cute. I think that's all my examples for this one for now. Okay. Sorry, I'm going back and forth. One man show here. Yeah, I love this set. So good. So good. And there's so many, with all the cute little critter sets and there's so many little elements to a lot of the MFT sets. So having these blueprints really gives you a place to put all those little elements and build your scenes without even hardly having to think about it. It just does the work for you, it just puts it all together. Now this one is really, really cool as well. This is Blueprints 31. Now I want to make sure you understand what we have here. So this piece cuts that center piece right there that can be, can have something in the center to kind of highlight. It can go up or down or wherever you want it. There's two really great rounded stitched rectangles in there. But then there's also this piece. And when I first saw it, I'm like, what is that? I wasn't quite clear. But look at this example right here. Oops, I dropped my dies. See how on this one, they put this piece cut out on top of this. Let me try to tell you what I'm saying here. They put these kind of together like this, right? They're just layered on top of each other. But if you take this piece and you can cut out a piece of your panel, oops, I have that kind of upside down for what I'm trying to explain. You can use it as big as you want it to cut a little area for that circle to go. So if you look at this example, this piece is a separate piece of cardstock because they use this die together with the little rounded piece to cut that cardstock. Same with the bottom. And so then these are three different pieces at the same level, where on this one, this piece is kind of on top of the other. I hope that makes sense. Does that make sense at all? I hope it does. I should just die cut these and show you, but you can use it in different ways. And I think this little piece is ingenious. So that's what I love about MFT is they think about these details, like, just coming up with this piece to give it even that much more versatility instead of just having the piece that goes on top. You can just really cut your panels to suit however you want them. Okay, did that all make sense? I can cut these out at the end if you want to see it cut out and in action, if that makes it make more sense to you. But there's also these cute little fishtail banners, stitched banner, another little cute little fishtail one to come down and put a message on. And you can see come like that, come like that, put your strip across, put your thin fishtail across. So just really, really fun ideas. Let's see. Peggy saying that she made a card with this once to make it look like an old Instagram logo back in the day. Aw, that's so cool. I love it. Love it. Okay, let me show some examples of this one because I know I have a couple here from the team. So this one is from Rachel, and she used that center circle piece to, on top of her background. But then look at what she did with the little outline piece. She could make a border. So the lighter pink border that goes around her darker pink piece is cut with that piece that I was just showing you, that fun little line art, what, I don't know how to say, what am I trying to say here? Let me just show again. So the light pink was cut with this piece to make a little mat to go around this piece. Does that make sense at all? And then she made it with her cute little skunks, her little finished card there. I love it. I think, let's see, yes, here's one from Jan, who she basically just used them as is, but look at how cute that is. Another thing just to point out on this one, I want to make sure you see where the cut lines are on it. So this is cutting out kind of an outline of it. Here, I'm just going to cut it. This is silly the way I'm trying to talk through this. Stand by for 1 second here. My die cutting machine is right off camera, so I'm off to the side as I cut this. All right. So when you cut out this piece, you're getting kind of an outline of it. You have the circle that you could then put, you could leave it in there. You could do it with a different color cardstock, which is exactly what Jan did on that card that I just shared. You can see she has a pink piece in the center of that. And then she used the message strip. I love how the message strip has the little stitching at the ends. So when it, let me take this off again. When you put this over, let's see, it lines up with this one, the bigger one. So when you put this over the full card, you can line up your stitching and it is kind of seamless with the stitching there since the stitching is on the ends of this as well, right? Just those little details that MFT thinks of when they're designing products. They're so, so good. And I know some of you are familiar with this because you owned it in the past, but those of you who never had it before, it's your lucky day because it is back from the vault. All right, well, let me see. There's lots of comments. Let me make sure I'm not missing any questions here. Yep, love everything. I know it's, Jody's winking that it's intentional. Of course it's intentional. She thinks of all those details. She's amazing, absolutely amazing. So if you don't know Jody, she is she's an employee of MFT that does a lot of this work and thinks through all these amazing details on these products. So I'm sure you guys know Jody because Jody's amazing. Okay. All right. This next one is the Tag Builder, Blueprints number 2. And it has 3 possibilities for tags, which of course you can mix and match. They're kind of in the set in a certain way, but you could always come over here and put a scalloped topper on the scallop tag, excuse me, or, everything. This one is a little bit different shape than this if you look at the details of it. So different ways to make tags. And then there's reinforcers for each of them. And then they all have a different bottom to them. There's the fishtail, the square, and the scallop. So really, really cute. Anne Marie, I don't know what you missed, but if you just got here, you missed all the good blueprints. You're gonna have to go back and watch from the beginning after we're done here. So there's an example of those tags built, but again, you can mix and match them however you'd like. Really great for putting on a gift any time of year. Great for the holidays, of course. Putting a tag on a card is super cute. It doesn't only have to be a standalone tag. They're fun just using on a card as well. Here is an example from Han, where she just made these adorable little tags with her tea party set. And I love that she did do just what I said. She mixed and matched and put the scallop topper on the scallop tag. I love how she tied her ribbon at the top with that reinforcer, and it's super cute. Now, I mentioned using them on cards. Here's an awesome example from Han, where she put it on her card, but look at how she did I can't remember what you call that kind of technique where it's colored and then the rest is not. But her books that she stacked up are in black and white, and then she just colored right on her tag to make it kind of pop on her card. I think that looks so fun. And there's just, she did it with these books, but you could do that with so many different kinds of backgrounds and use those tags that way. So I love that. And of course, her coloring is just sensational. It's so good. And then here is one from Carly where she made a little Reese's treat with her little tag, which is so cute. And I love Reese's. It's my favorite. So I'm hoping Carly's going to send that to me. Just kidding. But yeah, not really. Yeah, the reinforcement really finishes the tag. I agree with that. And I love that there's not just one in there. There's 3. So you don't have to, if you're making 3 tags at once, you don't have to do that 3 times. You have 3 of them there. So you can do all your tags at one pass through the die cutting machine. Or if you're mass producing at Christmas time or whatever, it just makes it go that much faster. Again, I mentioned Christmas, but tags are good year round. They certainly aren't only for the holidays at all by any means. Okay. Now we've gotten through all the wonderful blueprints, and now the rest of the release are stitched and scalloped in all kinds of shapes. Actually, I'm going to skip it. No, I'm going to go in my order. Never mind. I'm going to do these circles first. Now there's 3 different sets here. Let me get to the names of them so I get it right. And they're different. I want to make sure you see the difference in these. There's the stitched mini scallop circle, which is this one. So you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sizes of scallop circles here. They make a circle that has a scalloped edge and a border of stitching, and it'll be a full scallop. A full scallop circle because there's no cutting edge on the inside. So I have these still connected, but once I take them apart and cut it out, it's going to make an actual circle. Here, let me do the smallest one and just show you real quick. And I'll show you the difference between the 2. Between the 3, actually. So this is how I cut them apart. I just use my little wire snips and snip apart. Am I on camera? Yes. Snip apart my dies. I'll take this one is called stitched circle scallop edge frame. So it does create a frame. You'll see that is because there's a cut line on the inner part of this. So these are not the same thing in 2 different sizes. They are actually different. They do a different purpose. And then we have our stitch circle frames. So this one is maybe a little more straightforward. It makes a circle frame. So I'm going to cut these 3 out, and then you can really have a better visual of the difference between the 3. And the 3 circle sets, there's also the same type of dies in the 3 square sets. So let me get these cut, and then I will show you what I'm talking about. Grab my little die cutting plate. Trying to pick these up off of my machine. Okay, so this is the stitch circle frames, and they do just what it sounds like. They cut a circle frame. You can see it has stitching on it. Really great set. This one is the stitch circle scallop edge frames. Again, it is frames. So you're going to get a piece like this that is fully, it's a frame. It's something that you can put around the circles on something like, you can put it on all kinds of things, but in particular, one thing you could do with it is put it around these little circles on that first blueprint set that we looked at, so you can put it around something because it cuts out an actual little frame. And then the last one are the stitched mini scallop circle stacks, where it makes a full circle that has the cute little stitching in it and the scallop border, but it is a full circle piece. It doesn't have the inside coming out. Does that make sense? Yes, yes. And then the same thing in squares. So we have, these names are long and a mouthful, so I want to make sure I get them right. All right, so we have the stitched mini scallop square stacks. So it is a stack. They're like nesting dies. And then we have the stitched square scallop edge frames, again, where it has the cutting edge on each of these frames. And then we have the stitched square frames. So kind of parallel to the circles, we have the squares. Really great, really fun stuff. So many things you can do with those, and all the different types of ideas, you know, all the ways you might want to circle are kind of covered with these, rather than a plain circle. Yes, one is a stacking nesting type die, the other is a frame. Exactly, Peggy, exactly. All right, so let me show you some examples using these. I mean, you can probably picture some fun things you could do with these. Put your little images on there, but here's some really great ideas from the team. So here is Carly using one of the scallop square frames with the stitching to frame her beautiful little work of art there that she did with sketched blooms. Isn't that pretty? It looks, you know, that's a good way to put it. You can frame your art with your little frame. Here are the stacks, the stack circles that are the full square and circle that you cut out. This is from Han. She made sweet little cards with these, with the elephants. So cute. Here is one from Nikki using the circle frames, stitched circle frames. Just making a great little place to put her scene. This is from Anya, and she probably used one of the stitched frames, stitched circle frames, and then layered her little edge stitch circle scallop edge frame made out of the craft paper around it. So you can see that there. And then this idea from Tiffany is so fantastic. It just shows everything so well. She actually used the frames, the stitched square and circle frames, to make kind of a very modern art looking kind of card with them. I think this is just so clever. She just cut those all out and put them on her card. And I think it's so cool. So cool. Tiffany's always so cool. All right, let's see here. I can't say it 3 times fast, Jody. I'm getting all tongue-tied here. I'm doing my best to say the names right, but getting it all mixed up. But you guys get it. You guys get it. You knew what I was trying to say before I even knew what I was trying to say. All right, a couple more fun products in this release. Some great stitched stars. They are called, I think, just Stitch Stars. Stitch Star Stacks. Stitch Star Stacks. Oh my gosh. So many tongue twisters in this. This is Stitch Star Stacks. And so just some great stars that you can use on your projects. All different sizes, 4 different sizes in there. Really fun, super fun. I'll show you the rest of my examples in a second. But then the last thing, I love these so much, are the stitched basic edges. So you can see on these, the cut line is in the middle, and then they're stitching on both sides. So when you cut out your cardstock with these, you're going to have both sides of it separated, but there's going to be stitching on both of the edges. So whichever one you might be using for that particular project, you'll have both pieces there with stitching. So these make really great little borders, or they delineate one area of your card from the other. Just really fun stuff. And by the way, I meant to say earlier, but if you're a scrapbooker by chance, a lot of this stuff is really great for that as well. All the cute little tabs and banners and shapes and all the things are super, super great. I was trying to make that straight. I did not do a good job at all. Anyway, and I have these on our magnet sheets, by the way. I put them on the MFT magnet sheets, which are super great for storing your dies as well. All right, let me show you a few more examples. Here is one from Cintura, who used those edges. I love it. Look at how she did the edges on her card. She just cut it several times with the one pointed, kind of chevron looking die, and then just line them back up again. So you don't have to use them as separate pieces or just use part of it, as kind of a cut line. You can put the whole thing together and make your panel like that. And then she just did the little stitched rectangle on the outside. And isn't that fantastic? Such a great little piece for her card. And then she also used the fishtail banner from the Blueprints 24 that we talked about earlier to be the focal point for her little monster, which is so cute. And then here is one from Tiffany, and she used she used one of those borders as well on the pink panel. You can see it going across there. And then she has stitching along that bottom piece as well. I think she may have used the rectangle stitched piece that was in Blueprints 23, right? I think. And then she used the scallop edge from the Blueprints 23 as well. So yeah, very cool. And then this one is from Jan, and such a cute little card coming up for Easter. So perfect. But look how she used the stars, the stitched stars, the smallest one, to do her 5-star rating, which is so cute. And then she used that little rounded stitched border. She only used the 1/2 of it. She probably had that other piece to use on a different card in the future. And that makes it have the look of a basket, which I think is so, so clever. All right. So let's see if there's any questions. Yeah, so such great. So again, these are such great basics. We're calling it back to basics. These things are things that you'll use in your stash over and over again if you have these products. So I highly recommend that you grab them all. And as a matter of fact, if you do want to grab them all, we do have a mega bundle. I think it's still available. Let me, I'm just going to pull up the website real quick here so I can get the price right for you, but also just make sure it's still there. It has not sold out yet, but it is limited quantity, and it's a $404.87 value for $311.15, which is pretty darn amazing. So it's 25% off. So if you know that you're going to use these perfect, shapes and blueprints and everything over and over again in your stash, it's a great opportunity to get them all at 25% off. So that is on the website, in the new section of the website, if you wanted to grab that as well. So that is everything. Let me kind of pull these all back on again and remind you that we have all the circles and the squares in 3 different styles. And we have all of these fun blueprint sets that I highly recommend that you grab for your crafting needs. Sorry for my arms in the way, but I was putting them all up at the top of my desk. And if you weren't here when I was talking about it, there are idea sheets for all the blueprint sets so that you can see how to put all these fun little pieces together. There's pieces that you can use on their own. You don't have to use them within your, with all the things that come in the blueprints, but there's ideas of how to use each one available on the website when you go to either that product or there's a resources section. And again, there's not a million, but there's many other blueprint sets and stacks and stitch dies and all the things. If you look in the dynamics section of the website, you'll see lots and lots of options that you might need. Jody's saying, plus you'll earn points towards rewards. Yes, MFT does have a reward program, which is really fantastic as well. And I want to just point out to you guys that right now, if you go to, I'm going to go to my face, why not? I want to point out that if you go to the MFT Instagram or Facebook pages, there's a reel on there from Rachel on our design team. And if you comment on that and follow us and do all the things that are listed in those posts, you'll be in the running for a $50 gift code for MFT. So you might want to check that out. First of all, because Rachel makes really fantastic reels and you don't want to miss it. You want to see how she puts her beautiful cards together. But it's a great opportunity to win. And you have until, I think, 8 p.m. tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern time tonight, to go to the blog, the MFT blog. So go to mftstamps.com into our blog. And on the post from yesterday and today where we talk about this release, if you put a comment on there, I'm going to be posting some winners tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. from comments on the blog posts. And that's where you can also go to see these cards that I was sharing, some of them. And also the post from yesterday has a full breakdown of all the new products, which are in the new section of the website right now again. So do you guys have any questions about that? I love this release. I'm a little more new to MFT than all of you are, so I am super thrilled to have all these in my stash. I'm going to be using them over and over all the time to make my cards. So really, really cool. And if you don't have any questions, then thank you for coming by today. And if you weren't here from the beginning and want to watch the whole thing, you can go back and watch it on replay. And we just appreciate you tuning in to our lives when we have these releases. So yay, happy release day, happy Vault release day. And these are really great useful products. So while you're shopping, look at all the rest of them that we've had. And again, we've been doing these blueprints since 2013. So there's been several of them to make all kinds of layouts on your cards. All right. Okay. Well, thank you, everybody. Thanks for being here. And I will see you again soon. Take care.